a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Kenny Omega. Tyson Smith, better known by his ring name Kenny Omega, is a Canadian professional wrestler currently signed to New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he is the current IWGP Heavyweight Champion in his first reign. Omega is regarded as one of the world's best professional wrestlers, with his matches against Kazuchika Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 11, Dominion 6.11 in Osaka-jo Hall and Dominion 6.9 in Osaka-jo Hall, as well as the semi-finals of the 2017 G1 Climax, earning a respective 6, 6 1/4, 7, and 6 stars from Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. The 7-star match is currently the highest star rating Meltzer has ever awarded. In NJPW, he was the inaugural IWGP United States Champion, a one-time IWGP Intercontinental Champion, two-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, one-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion, and a two-time NEVER Openweight 6-man Tag Team Champion. He is also a one-time winner of NJPW's premier tournament, the G1 Climax, having won it in 2016 and being the first non-Japanese professional wrestler to do so. He also holds the distinction of being one of only 2 professional wrestlers to have ever held both the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at least once during their career. He is also known for his work on the Japanese independent circuit, appearing in promotions like Dramatic Dream Team, where he is a former one-time KOD Openweight Champion, 3-time KOD Tag Team Champion, 2-time KOD 6-man Tag Team Champion, and 1-time DDT Extreme Division Champion. He has also worked for All Japan Pro Wrestling, where he is a former World Junior Heavyweight Champion. He has wrestled in several North American independent promotions, including California-based Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, where he is a former PWG World Champion and winner of the 2009 Battle of Los Angeles tournament, Jersey All Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and Canada-based Premier Championship Wrestling. In NJPW, Omega is a long-time member of Bullet Club, serving as the stable's 4th leader, following the departure of previous leader Ray J. Styles. From January 2016 to January 2018, he was 1/3 of the Bullet Club subgroup The Elite, along with the Young Bucks, with whom Omega held the NEVER Openweight 6-man Tag Team Championship for both of his reigns. Following the Bullet Club Civil War in June 2018, Omega reunited with the Young Bucks to reform The Elite, adding Omega's former tag team partner Kota Ibushi to the group to rebrand as the Golden Elite. Early life and career. Growing up, Smith played ice hockey as a goalie. He first became interested in a career in professional wrestling after one of his Transcona Collegiate Institute friends began training with Top Rope Championship Wrestling in Winnipeg. Smith ended his ice hockey career plans and also began training under TCW promoter Bobby J, whom he had previously met while working at a local IGA store. After training with J for a year, the 16-year-old Smith began working for TRCW, where over the next 2 years he eventually developed the gimmick of Kenny Omega, a Hawaiian surfer. The surfer gimmick was later dropped and replaced with an otaku gamer gimmick, which Smith further accentuated by using the Hadouken from Street Fighter. In 2001, Smith graduated from TCI and enrolled in university, but dropped out during his first year in order to fully concentrate on making a career out of professional wrestling. Premier Championship Wrestling, 2001-2005. In December 2001, Smith joined another local Winnipeg-based promotion, Premier Championship Wrestling, appearing on the promotion's official launch event, headlined by Eddie Guerrero and attended by 1,700 fans. He made an impressive debut against his former trainer Mentalo on March 3, 2002. The match was later named PCW's Match of the Year. Afterwards he went on to form a short-lived tag team with Mentalo. By this time, he quickly became a rising star in PCW and the Canadian independent circuit. He was featured in director Guy Maddin's short film Sissy Boy Slap Party, a teaser for 2003 film The Saddest Music in the World. The following year, Omega defeated Adam Knight for the PCW Heavyweight Championship on September 18, 2003. Although successfully defending the title against Chi-Chi Cruz, he lost the title to Rawskills on November 26, while in the Canadian Wrestling Federation later that year. He also won the vacant CWF Heavyweight Championship, defeating TJ Bratt in a tournament final on December 29, 2003, before losing the title to Zack Mercury a month later. He also regained the PCW heavyweight title from Rawskills less than 2 months later. However, he was forced to vacate the title on March 18, 2004, after suffering an injury. Later that year, he teamed with his former rival Rawskills to defeat Sean Houston and Chris Rain for the PCW Tag Team Championship on August 19. Their reign was brief, however, as they lost the title back to Houston and Rain the following month. On October 17, 2004, Omega appeared at the National Wrestling Alliance's 56th anniversary show, where he unsuccessfully challenged Petey Williams for the TNA X Division Championship. In March 2005, he lost to Tommy Knoxville at Millennium Wrestling Federation's Ultra Card. Omega won an 8-man tournament, defeating the likes of Nate Hardy, Chris Sabin, and Amazing Red, to win the first Premier Cup and the NWA Canadian X Division title on June 2, 2005. On July 30, he made a one-time appearance for TCW Professional Wrestling when he teamed with the Scorpion to face the Axe and Bobby J at the Grand Beach Entertainment Center in Grand Beach, Manitoba. In August 2005, Omega attacked Christopher Daniels and challenged him to a match, seemingly turning heel as a result. Daniels declined the match, however. After losing the NWA Canadian X Division title to Rawskills on September 15, Omega attended the Pro Wrestling Noah camp in Harley Race's World League Wrestling in Missouri. He later lost to Keith Walker at a WLW show in Eldon, Missouri, which was later aired on Japanese television. After the match, Smith was invited to a week-long tryout by World Wrestling Entertainment. After facing Johnny Devine at an Action Wrestling Entertainment event on November 26, Omega made his final PCW appearance after announcing his developmental deal with WWE and made a farewell speech to the crowd on December 1, 2005. Deep South Wrestling, 2005-2006. In October 2005, Smith was sent to Deep South Wrestling, a developmental territory for World Wrestling Entertainment, to be evaluated by Bill DeMott and other talent scouts. As a result of his performance, which included tryout matches observed by Johnny Ace and Kenta Kobashi, he was offered a WWE developmental contract and assigned to Deep South Wrestling on a full-time basis. He made his debut on October 27, 2005, losing to Mac Daddy Johnson. On May 4, 2006, Omega teamed with Heath Miller in a losing effort against Team Elite. After losing to Matt Striker, Eric Perez and Sonny Saki during the next few weeks, he scored his first victory after defeating Oleg Prudius by countout in a dark match on June 1. Although he and Antonio Mesta lost to Urban Assault in a dark match on June 15, he defeated Heath Miller in another dark match several days later. Omega then briefly formed a tag team with Tommy Swade, which included a loss against Urban Assault on August 3. However, they defeated Matt Striker and Crew Jones 1 week later. On August 17, Omega lost to Oleg Prudius and, after defeating Crew Jones several days later, he requested his immediate release from his contract to return to Premier Championship Wrestling. Smith has stated in several interviews that his time spent with DSW was poor, and has been particularly critical of promoters DeMott and Jody Hamilton, and trainer Bob Holly. The most positive experience he had with WWE was being able to train with Dave Taylor, citing that before training with Taylor, he did not know the basics and got by purely with his athleticism. Smith has claimed that WWE has since approached him several times with a contract, including in the spring of 2014, and 3 times in 2015, but he has turned them all down. Return to PCW, 2006-present. After his release from WWE, Smith tried to find a career in mixed martial arts and entered a few Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournaments, before deciding to give professional wrestling one more chance. In order to stand out, Smith reinvented his wrestling character and developed a new moveset, which he felt could not be duplicated. On September 14, 2006, Omega made his return to PCW, defeating Rawskills to earn a match with AJ Styles, whom he also defeated in the main event the following week. He defeated Mike Angels and Rawskills among others during the next several weeks before losing to AJ Sanchez on February 15, 2007. Losing to Oz on March 1, he and Nate Hardy lost to Team Impact later that week. During the next few weeks, Omega won victories over Craven and Nate Hardy before entering the third annual PCW Premier Cup tournament. Omega defeated Nate Hardy, AJ Sanchez and Petey Williams to win the tournament for a second time. Fighting to a no contest with Mike Angels on June 30, he defeated AJ Sanchez on July 19 and defeated Mike Angels, AJ Sanchez and Adam Knight in a four-way match on August 23 for a match against Samoa Joe on September 27. Omega lost his match to Samoa Joe in Winnipeg, Manitoba. In October, Omega appeared in Starting Point, the first pay-per-view for wrestling fan experience, wrestling Ultimo Dragon in a match lasting 25 minutes. On January 31, Omega defeated Mike Angels to win the PCW Heavyweight Championship for the third time. On March 6, Angels regained his title in a three-way match, which also included John Cutler. However, just 2 weeks later, Omega defeated Angels to win the PCW Heavyweight Championship for the fourth time. Omega would lose the championship to Will Damon on March 10, 2011, ending his reign at 1,085 days. Since losing the championship, Omega continues to appear sporadically for PCW and since has become a two-time PCW Tag Team Champion. Pro Wrestling Syndicate, 2007, 2008, 2015. Omega made his debut for Pro Wrestling Syndicate on September 7, 2007, in a match where he was defeated by Danny DeManto in Garfield, New Jersey. After the match, Omega was involved in a confrontation with Commissioner Necro Butcher. Omega returned to Pro Wrestling Syndicate on December 9, 2009, and picked up a singles victory against Davey Richards. On March 22, Omega was one of 12 independent wrestlers selected to compete at the first Majestic 12 tournament, hosted by Pro Wrestling Syndicate at the Supercard Majestic Mayhem in Yonkers, New York. At the event, Omega teamed with Jerry Lynn to face Kevin Matthews and Tommy Swade. After defeating Jerry Lynn in the semi-finals, Omega fought to a no contest with Devon Moore when they forced Jack Evans to submit at the same time. On May 2, 2009, Omega lost to Devon Moore in a ladder match in Belleville, New Jersey. On May 17, Omega lost a three-way match with PWS Heavyweight Champion Devon Moore and Danny DeManto at the Holy Cross High School in Queens, New York. His last ever Pro Wrestling Syndicate match was against Kevin Matthews at PWS Wrestle Bowl 2015. Jersey All Pro Wrestling, 2007, 2009, 2010, 2012. Omega made his debut for Jersey All Pro Wrestling on September 8, 2007, in a match where he was defeated by Danny DeManto. After losing to the Black Machismo, Jay Lethal in a singles match and to Teddy Hart in a three-way match with Xavier, Omega scored his first Jap victory on March 8, 2008, upsetting Low-Ki and winning the Jap Heavyweight Championship in Jersey City, New Jersey, in only his fourth match with the promotion. That same day, he was one of several wrestlers in attendance at WSU's first anniversary show in Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey. Others at the event included Steve Mack, Danny DeManto, Ian Rotten, Kevin Matthews, Vicious Vinny, Inferno, and Don Johnson. Omega's first Jap heavyweight title defense was on April 19, 2009, at Spring Massacre, where he retained his title against Frankie Kazarian in a Champions Challenge. He defended his title against Danny DeManto and Grim Reaper during the next few weeks. During his match with the Grim Reaper, Omega's opponent was injured at the start of the match and was nearly stopped by the referee twice when Reaper had difficulty breathing. After the match, former two-time Jap heavyweight champion Dan Maff returned to the promotion and aligned himself with Omega. On July 7, it was announced by Jersey All Pro Wrestling that Omega and several other wrestlers would take part in a fundraising event for the Beechwood Pine Beach Little League. Among those scheduled to appear were Rhino, the Latin American Exchange, Sonjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, Dan Maff, the Heavy Hitters, and the Jap New Jersey State Champion Grim Reaper. The event was held at the Toms River Intermediate South Middle School in Beechwood, New Jersey on September 19, 2008. On July 10, Omega successfully defended his title against John Cutler in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Cutler had previously won a tournament defeating Outlaw, Adam Knight, Antonio Scorpio Jr. and Mike Angels to win a title shot against Omega. After a disqualification loss to Rhino and a match that went to a no contest with B-Boy, Omega was scheduled to defend his title on December 13, 2008, in a rematch against Loki at Jap's 11th anniversary show. Initially, Loki won the match, but the decision was reversed, and Omega retained his title via disqualification due to Key accidentally knocking down the referee prior to the finish. On February 28, 2009, at Jersey City Rumble, Omega lost the heavyweight title to Jay Lethal, after his associate Dan Maff turned on him, ending his reign at 357 days. Omega's next Jap appearance took place on December 10, 2010, when he competed in a six-way elimination match for the Jap Light Heavyweight Championship. Omega was eliminated from the match by the eventual winner, Jushin Thunder Liger. At the following day's show, Omega defeated former rival Jay Lethal in a singles match. On May 15, 2011, Omega defeated Liger in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, during New Japan Pro Wrestling's first ever tour of the United States, to win the Jap Light Heavyweight Championship. Although Jap has not held a show since April 14, 2012, in a July 2013 interview, Omega said he would be interested in returning to the company, citing he still held the Jap Light Heavyweight Championship. After returning from a hiatus on November 15, 2014, Jap stripped Omega of the Light Heavyweight Championship. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?